or the Phones Fearless campaign? Let's go here and then there.
I'm a Twitter person myself, but I'm curious as to how long it's likely to stick around, given that I'm not paying for it and I'm seeing ads. Like, what kind of business model do they have, and what's the likelihood that they're going to be around next year?
I have no idea, but if Twitter is not there, I know that there are enough robustly developed Twitter clones that something like that will still be there. So if you learn how to use this tool now, and it really reached critical mass this year, if you learn how to use this tool now, that skill will still be useful to you.
That's a great answer.
Is there any filter programs or anything that will take all of the tweets and filter them?
There are many great apps. I'm using Power Twitter on that because I'm the kind of person who would pick up a cereal box and shake it and go, I finished reading you, change. So I'm following 1,300 people on Twitter and I'm not filtering them.
There's a ton of awesome ways. You can do it by keyword where you search for particular things like inauguration, or you can, just based on who you follow, but then you can also use another tool, separate your followers into groups. So I have my Vancouver people, and I have my photography people, and have different views on the same data set so that you can see information that's relevant to you.
Is there any program that makes it speak it, like talks it?
Never heard of that. That's a cool idea.
One of the things I find is clicking on and reading it takes a lot of time.
Yeah.
Oh my God, so you want every tweet to yell at you?
There might be a market.
I hear that objection a lot when it comes to these tools, and I guess I'll just say that the whole idea would be that it might take time, but it should take less time than acquiring the same amount of information or communication via different mechanisms. So, like for instance, if you were following everyone here on a stream of Vancouver social change, it would be much easier to get an update on the Vancouver social change community by a 10-minute stare at your Twitter list than it would be to get in touch with each of these people individually.
Right. So it's organizing your list.
Yeah. It's, I mean, really, this is like one of the most important skills for individuals going into the future, I think, the ability to separate signal from noise, and the ability to take this big mass of data and make some sort of sense out of it. Those are the people you see who really excel at their jobs and their careers, people who can take, I think of it like the movie The Matrix, when all the shit streaming off the bottom of the screen, and the one dude, the operator, is able to look at the screen and see something going on and insert a couple agents and take care of business. I think that's what this whole thing is like, right? It's like, that's what I think this whole thing is like. I was pointing to you, actually, and then Raul, and then we'll do next. All right.
No. Regards to the business model and how it's going to be staying. A couple of times during the year, during 2008, it went down. Like, we would have there was a movement saying that fell well. And the truth is, whether or not it's going to be monetized, that it was even going to be bought by Facebook. And we don't really know if it's going to be monetized, but corporations have realized that they can make money by using Twitter. So, it's really right now a mainstream tool. And if you're not on Twitter, and I noticed that there are a lot of people here not on Twitter, you should go on Twitter. You really should.
Even if just to cyber squat the name, because every day I see people going, my name is taken. What's your name? Joe Smith. Yeah, it's taken.
To your point too, I guess one thing that I like to say about this is it's some people's jobs to be tool makers, and it's other people's jobs to be audience builders, and it's other people's jobs to be accountants. And so I think they've done a good job building a useful tool and acquiring an audience. And I think that someone smart will put some money wrapper around it or find a way to integrate into another service. There's a product called Yammer. It's Twitter for companies. So me and all the Rain City kids have our own private Twitter network where we update each other on what we're working on, and it charges money beyond a certain point and offers some other features and stuff. We should continue to move on, but you have compelled me with your persistence.
How successful was the phone collection program?
I don't know a
May I?
specific goal that we had, but yeah.
We've collected hundreds of phones. We launched the Fearless Initiative through this, so it was kind of a dual purpose, right? People were like, what is this Fearless City thing that's going on down there? How are you actually helping downtown Eastside residents and artists? So we launched Fearless successfully. We got probably 5 television interviews, a dozen radio interviews, hundreds of phones, and people like Libby Davies set up a collection box with a Fearless City campaign flyer on Parliament Hill. So in terms of outreach and messaging and kind of planting seeds, really successful. In terms of phones, a couple hundred and more to come. Our phone drive started on the 23rd of December and ended on January 6th. So it was snowy, Christmas break, and all that. So we had tons of interest from people like Blast Radius and EA who wanted to set up collection bins, but we didn't give them the time to properly do it. So it was like a quick hit guerrilla campaign. It was really effective, and we'll continue to probably model after it into the future. Thanks, Lorraine. Awesome.